Hello everybody, I am FedoraG4mer, and it's time for another episode of Is It Fun? Today we are taking a look at a wizard's lizard. Say that 3 times fast. Kind of a strange name, but what is it? It's an action roguelike, something in the vein of Binding of Isaac. We are literally a lizard. Storyline wise, a wizard was coming up with a method to defeat death in order to bring his loved one back. Death did not like that. Death came in, told the wizard that he would show him a fate worse than death, and he's pretty much trapped in a state between life and death. You are the wizard's familiar, a lizard that throws swords. They look like daggers, but they're swords. And it's your job to go and save him along with some of the townsfolk that the death took along for the ride as well. Well, actually, that went to try to save the wizard themselves and got themselves captured. That little chest you saw me pick up here is your starting gold. Every townsperson you save, another 500 is added to that chest. And that gives us enough money to come in and buy several different weapons, which is good because the standard sword is pretty lame. I tend to stick with the spear. I like the spear. It attacks faster and has pretty much maximum range. Well, not maximum. It can't go clear across the screen, but much better range than most other weapons. The axe will bounce, which is kind of useful. If you bounce it off something and then hit something after it rebounds, it does more damage, but it's definitely tricky. We also have money to pick up this cheated blood here, which I believe that increases our movement speed. Daggers are very fast attack, low range, but you shoot 2 of them, so they can be useful, but I prefer something with range to it. Let's destroy all the furniture real quick. Oops, okay, that shopkeeper doesn't get pissed off. And let's go ahead and start a delve into the dungeon here. There is shortcuts into the later areas, the sewers and the crypt. I have gotten to the sewers, but I have not figured out how exactly you open the shortcut to them instead of having to go through the cemetery first. Not quite sure how you do that. I am using an Xbox 360 controller to play because it gives you a complete 360 degree firing instead of just 8 different angles of firing you can do with a keyboard. Control wise, keyboard wise, it's a lot like Binding of Isaac. WASD, arrow key, and arrow keys to shoot. But again, this game works. Ooh. Let's not get destroyed here. Those birds, once you anger them, they come right after you very quickly, very angrily. Now, as I said, this is a lot like Binding of Isaac, as you can probably tell just from already the very square rooms that are all the same shape and size. We'll pick up some food here. It does have its own twist, though. I will say that hardcore Binding of Isaac fans probably won't enjoy this because it lacks some of the depth that Binding of Isaac has. Now, this is an interesting room, but I'm not going to mess with it yet. Let's get a ring, which is a ring of minor defense, I believe. One thing I do dislike is that items are very vague, which is, something that Binding of Isaac is very much known for as well, but I'm not a fan of that. You can go into the museum in the town and see more description of the items, which sometimes is quite helpful. Tells you considerably more about it, and sometimes those descriptions are just as vague as what you get on here. Alright. I want to find the pentagram room first. Now, I'll tell you why later, but there is one unique twist to this game. Aha, here's the pentagram room. So I'm going to intentionally lose my HP. Come on. I want to clear the room out a little bit before I lose all my HP intentionally here. Okay. Kill me. Kill me. I'll pick up this gold, though. There's a shovel there, which isn't a good weapon, but it can be used to dig up secrets. I've not figured out where or how to determine where to use that, yet, though. So I just tend to avoid it. Okay. Aim better. Thank you. Now this is the little twist of the game is the potion that the wizard was making. Oh, I got a dagger. I don't want. Well, I'll show you what the dagger does. I can pick it up real quick here. Very fast, double shot, but much more limited range. But I'm going to switch back to spear here, because I'm going to switch weapons here anyway. I wanted to die intentionally to come to this floor, and that ghost right there, now that you're a ghost, you have to deal with ghosts as well. That ghost right there is a special enemy that always drops this lance. And I assume the lance is better than the spear. It seems to take the same amount of hits. It might have more range, but I don't know. This is one of the items that are very vague. Even in the museum, it just says a lance powered with light or something like that. But this room is always in the cemetery, and you just come here as a spirit, and you can grab that lance. Now this pentagram... Actually, I'm going to try out this sword here, or this shovel. I don't know at all how to use the shovel to dig up secrets. So I'll switch back. There's a pentagram on every dungeon. They'll bring you back to life, but there's only one of them, and it brings you back at half life. So you basically have 200 HP. Your HP from when you're alive and your HP when you're dead. And now that I'm back to living, the ghosts don't bother me. I don't have to worry about them. These mounds you walk over and you can summon zombies. 3 out of each mound. Which some enemies will also spawn a ghost, which is something else to worry about when you're in spirit form. It actually gets considerably more difficult in spirit form. There's a lot more to deal with. It is best to try to stay alive as long as you possibly can. Oh, I shouldn't have come back to life yet. I forgot about something. But there are certain things you can only get access to while dead, and certain things you can only get access to while alive. Which is quite an interesting mix on the gameplay. Let's not hug the zombie. Okay. Deal with the bat here. Okay, deal with the zombie. Alright. Another room down. If you're going for the maximum amount of gold, it's always a good idea to always summon all zombies from the zombie mounds, the grave mounds. They quite frequently drop some gold. Not a whole lot, but it adds up over time. There are shops, and hopefully I will find one here in the near future. I could use some food. Since I've gone back to being alive, I would like to get my HP back up towards the top here. Exploding barrel. There is. Okay, we'll just kill the zombie. This is a dead end. I'm not going to waste time farming zombies for gold. That's not very interesting to watch. But for the most effective play, the most efficient play, that is definitely one of the best methods. Definitely a best practice. I killed something before I could even see it, so that works out for me. This lance definitely has some crazy good range. Okay, aim please, thank you. Let's go to the right. Oh god, I don't like those things at all. Whew. You can probably tell what those exactly what those are. Let's see what's in here. We got a leather helm, which just simply increases your defense, to the best of my knowledge at least. Oh, we got a zombie in a barrel. Whew, that was close. Oh yeah, you can also break these lamps for gold or food drops, perhaps. So it's another best practice if you are going for the most efficient play possible. That's a lot of... What's with that shaking, exploding barrel? Oh, it drops a bomb. Yeah, that was pointless. Never stand close when breaking exploding barrels anyway. We have another chest. There is an entire set of equipment in each of the different areas. This entire leather set is always found in this area. Some food, that's useful. And it's the best, it's a good idea to make sure you go around and collect all of it. Ah, we found a shop here. I can afford that. I can't afford the health potion. I don't want a spear. You can fight the shopkeepers. They're extremely strong, have a lot of HP. I've never managed to kill one myself. I'll get this though. That lets me see damage numbers and... Okay, now this is another room that I should have saved being dead for. You can only get this key if you're dead. And then in the sewer, there's a chest that key goes to that you only get to if you're alive. And that chest gives you a key for the crypt. For a chest in the crypt that I've never actually gotten to yet. So I don't know what the chain of keys in chests actually nets you in the end. But it's very tricky because you have to be alive or dead for that one, alive for the next one, and I assume probably dead again for the one in the crypt. So it definitely takes some forward planning. Now those birds will not bother you until you attack them. Here is a villager, which will get me more maximum money. Which is always a good thing. Okay, got the bird before he got to me. More starting money, that is. Thank you, you are free. Give me money. And it seems like you can just keep doing the first area to build up a lot of starting money as much as you want to. But you do have to find blueprints. Well, buy blueprints. There's a special shop in each area that sells a blueprint, which allows the blacksmith back in the town to make more equipment. Most of what you saw in his shop, he could not do by default. Those are from blueprints that I had unlocked. Oh, we found the boss. I don't know if I was ready for the boss or not, but we found the boss. He's a bit tricky. Try to stay alive as long as possible because it does get more difficult once you are dead. As the game generally does. Ow. You hit me in the face. Ow! Okay, it's been a little while since I fought him, so I forget how to do this. I shouldn't be taking that much damage. Then he'll do this and summon a bunch of zombies that you have to deal with. Alright, this is actually a fight that the dagger is really useful on just because of the hordes of zombies. Now you see they keep spitting out spirits. So if I were in spirit form, there would be that many more enemies to have to deal with. Now he's going to start launching it at me again, so this is a good idea to start moving. He will launch it at me 3 times, and I just summoned a bloody zombie. And then he will go into spinny top of death mode, which is... oh god, no. Whew. My advice, avoid the cobwebs. Cobwebs are not your friends. Now back to summoning of the zombies. It's pretty much a pattern boss. After you learn the pattern, it's not too difficult. I don't know about the second boss because I have yet to actually make it to the second boss. Okay. Thank you. Just take the damage. Oh, jeez. I thought I could just, like, it would stop, but it doesn't stop. It is very useful to get him into cobwebs, though. Okay, he's gonna start spinny. No, cobweb, no. Bad cobweb. I do like the range on this lance. It is very useful for this guy. Alright. They are dropping me a considerable amount of money at least. If I do remain alive through this battle, I will be rather surprised though. I got him down to about 1/3 HP now, so as long as I avoid his spinny attack of death, I will remain in the realm of the living for this fight. Which is good because there is no pentagram. I have to wait till the next area to... Okay, just stay away from the death top. He gets real squirrely when he does that though. He'll come right after you or just kind of wander around. I wonder if I can just kill him outright without worrying. Nah. I'm going to clear out the zombies just to be safe. And this should be the end of him. I'd probably kill him before he goes back into his next stage. Probably. Yeah, good enough. He has 2 different paths. Okay. I should have went to the exit path first, but because you can get a nice weapon from his treasure chest. There's a treasure chest in the room after him. Usually there isn't another connection to his room. That's interesting. That's random generation for you, which is something I did forget to mention since this has roguelike elements. The levels are randomly generated from a bunch of pre-constructed rooms, pretty much just like Binding of Isaac does it. Oh, hey, yes, we need to find the rest of our equipment here. Got boots. Looks like we have the full set of equipment. I should break that. Yes, give me all that money. And permadeath. Aha! I can't afford it. Well, that would have been blueprint to unlock something else for the blacksmith in town to sell. In order for you to stock up at the beginning of a game. Let's go ahead and go see what the chest has to offer. Royal daggers. They are like the daggers. I do believe they tackle even faster. And they have a chance of critting. I don't like their low range though, but I guess it is better than the... I did clear this map out. There's something I wanted to look for though. Oh, I think it's right here. Nope, it's not right here. There is a cracked tombstone along one of the walls in this level that will take you to a hidden level called the forest. And if you can go through the forest and avoid, just skip the first boss altogether. The forest doesn't have its own boss, but it's a rather large level that has a large amount of money, which is extremely useful. And it's kind of difficult, but it's easier than the sewer, so you can go that route and make a bunch of money and skip the first boss and just go right to the sewers after you beat the forest here. So it's a hidden area. I wish I could remember exactly what the tombstone looked like though. I just kind of hit it accidentally half the time. Not seeing it yet. I should have been keeping an eye out for it from the beginning, then I would have found it already, but I forgot it existed. We'll try down. Not seeing it. You don't even need the shovel to open it. Again, I don't know exactly what the shovel means by it being able to dig up secrets. I should look into that deeper. So there is definitely some depth to this game and some secrets and hidden things left to be figured out still. Is it here? No. I have zombies. I would kind of farm them if I thought I could make enough money to get that blueprint, but there's probably not enough zombies left in this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I didn't want to go through that door. That happens sometimes. The door tends to kind of suck you in. You're not it. I did leave a couple barrels here, though. One of them could contain, not a lot of money. Oh, geez. Forgot that they go through the spikes. Which, yeah, spikes, as you probably could guess, don't walk through the spikes. Unless you're intentionally trying to kill yourself to do something you need to be in spirit form to do, and then the spikes are actually rather handy. Oh, well, okay, I can't seem to find the hidden entrance to the forest, but it is always there. I'm so almost dead. I'll kill these guys just to try to get some more money. I'm still about $2 grand short of being able to grab that blueprint, unfortunately. And I don't think that's going to change from these zombies. Nope, it hasn't. So we'll go ahead and finish this first stage. Now there's 3 main stages. Then I don't know if there's a hidden stage in every one of the main stages. There's the cemetery, the sewer, and the crypt. So it isn't an extremely long game, but it is quite difficult as you'd expect from something along this lines. I have still not been able to beat the second area. Food, that is quite helpful right now. probably won't last very long in here. So, well, I mean, I can still die. And this is a very convenient spot to be. Oh, we got one of those bastards. There we go. There are a lot of environmental hazards to worry. Oh, and some of those puddles are just, you know, decorations. Some of them are actual enemies, which tend to really mess with me. I want that money. Yeah, things spraying everywhere. And you got these mushrooms to worry about too. You can actually leave them alone and just leave the room. I don't believe they ever drop loot, but you quite often, if you get close to them, they'll spray spores in a small area. If you kill them, they will spray spores in a much larger of effect area. Ugh. They never seem to drop loot though, so unless they're in your way, it's, you know, best just to leave them alone. Okay, are you living? Nope, you're not living slime. These living slime, you can only hit them when you get really close and they pop out of their puddle mode, I guess. Puddle mode. Whoop. Now you do have to clear out all enemies to progress to the next floor. All enemies that are noticeable right away as enemies. Those puddles, if you don't ever get near them and activate them, you can actually just leave the room and leave them alone as well. But they can drop loot, so it is sometimes a good idea. No. You can see that skull bouncing around. That's a new enemy that you have to deal with when you're in spirit mode. They are considerably nastier than the normal. Ooh, there's Poison Sword, which is a much better weapon, but I can't afford it. I already have that item, so. Even these eggs that spawn out these face huggers, you can just leave them alone and leave the room. But I tend to try to kill everything because I want all the loots. We do have a chest, so we'll probably get our first piece of the second area gear here. A better ring. It's not telling me item. Oh, it's telling me at the bottom. Never mind. I just can't see it right now because I have this in windowed mode. Alright. Now this is a chest that key would have gone to, but I didn't get the key, so it's useless right now. We got some new gauntlets. You know, I don't want to ruin too much of this game for you, so I think that I'll cut it at that. I'll go intentionally die and show you a little bit more about the town, though. Here's the pentagram room. I'll just go hug all the enemies. Then hug all the enemies again. It's roguelike. It's all about dying. I unlocked 500 more starting gold, so that's a big plus. Please die. Just kill me. Thank you. What? The balls? What is going on? I think it might be bugging. Don't. Let me see if I'm immortal. Because if I'm immortal, I'm going to use that, and this game will continue until I beat it. How did I survive? It thought I was alive somehow instead of in dead mode. I don't know. There we go. I actually died that time. Go ahead and go back to the town here. And as you can see, we have 3,000 starting gold. Go up here to the museum. And you can see a lot of things you've encountered. Every enemy you've encountered and killed. Why is this dude glowing? Huh. Anyway, you can see all the enemies you've encountered. This is all the enemies for the first area. Why is there a blank one? I've played the first area so many times. How is there an enemy I've never encountered yet? Enemies for the second area, which I've encountered most of. This will be enemies for the crypt. I'll give you a little bit of information of them. This game was a successful Kickstarter game, so these portraits are Kickstarter backers that backed at a certain tier. The game where gave the choice to have a portrait or just something else random hung up in here. This are all the other items. They're not equipped items, but just kind of passive items. Oh yeah, it allows me to dash, which takes quite a long charge up, and I don't find it to be very useful. This shows all the weapons I have encountered, which this Killer Bee one is really strange. Very high damage and attack rate, but very inaccurate. So I didn't actually like it the one time I got it. I'll show you about some vagueness here. An ancient weapon that once belonged to a legendary warrior named Arthur. That tells me nothing. I honestly can't tell if it is any better or exactly the same as the spear. It kind of feels like exactly the same as the spear. And this is all the equipable items. I've encountered most of them, and some of these are very vague as well. Is where to move quickly. Then that one's not too vague. From nature, from natural magical materials. That doesn't tell me anything. Is it just armor? Or does it increase speed or something else? I don't know. So the museum is helpful to give you more of an idea about the items you encounter, what they do, but some of them are just as vague on there in the museum as they are just seeing the icon of them. I don't like that vagueness personally. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I think I've rambled on long enough. This has been the Wizard Lizard, so thumbs down. I don't like the vagueness about the items. Sure, the museum helps on some of them are just as vague. I know that's kind of a staple of the genre when it comes to Binding of Isaac, but that's one of the weakest points of the genre in my opinion. If you make your game to where people need to go look at a wiki to play it effectively, that's bad game design in my opinion. Nothing against Binding of Isaac, it's fun and whatnot, but there's a lot of wikiing about in that to play that game effectively, and that's honestly not a good thing in my opinion when it comes to designing a game. And I will mention that the art style I'm not completely in love with. It's quite cartoony. It's not bad. I don't hate it or anything, but I'm not in love with it. And what about thumbs up? The death mechanic is a fun and interesting twist on this genre of game. It plays well. Controls are great. The music's pretty good. And it's a fun game. I'm going to go ahead and say it's fun. Yeah, I'm going to say there's nothing massively stand out about the game. The death mechanic is an interesting twist, but it's just a little bit of a twist on the genre. So it's not a significant improvement over a game like Binding of Isaac, but it is a nice change of pace in my opinion. And I will mention this game also has a Greenlight campaign going right now, which the link to that will be in the description. If you think this game looks interesting, or if you pick it up and like the game, you should go ahead and just go give it a yes vote. You can also purchase this game through the humble widget on the developer's website, which I will link in the description as well. I've been FedoraGamer. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.